All right. Hey, good morning, traders, or good afternoon, depending on where you're calling in from. Welcome to followmetrades.com Master Trader Small Group Training Information Session. So the whole purpose of this presentation is to talk about the Master Trader Small Group Training Program that I offer. Provide information and answer any questions that you have about the training program. So that's what we're here for. And I'm excited to have you here. We've got a pretty good room of people who are showing interest, so I'm really thankful for that. I've run this program, I think, 6 times. It's a 6-week series, and we've had several dozen people go through it, and the results have been really, really good. The people that go through it have been very, very happy with it, and the feedback was great, and I enjoy teaching it. So we're getting ready to kick off the next 6-week series in a week, Thursday, the 25th of January. And so you're expressing interest in the program by being here. I'm going to walk through and talk about it and then just answer any questions that you have. I sure hope to make it interactive, that as we go through, you jump in with any questions you have, of course, and any comments that you'd like to make, and we'll just see if it's a good fit for you. So let me just jump right in and start talking about it. So, the first question is really, why are you here? Why are you expressing interest in my Master Trader Small Group Training Program? Well, you're probably interested in improving your trading skills, right? It's a Master Trader Training Program. But really, the real reason is profits, right? We're engaged in the financial markets to make money, to make profit in the financial markets. And, if I can't make profits in the market, I probably shouldn't be teaching this course. And so I think it's important to show my results, and these are posted on my website. I believe in complete transparency in my results in my trading, and I can show that as well. The same results are posted here on the homepage of my website. We just wrapped up 2017, of course. We were a few ticks better than last year. That was good. And my trades are all verified with a third-party CPA firm who audits these. They produce a quarterly report. I post my results on the website. I give them my brokerage statements. They perform an audit and confirm, if I'm doing what I say I'm doing. Of course I am. And I provide complete transparency for all the trades that I take. So 2017, there's every trade I took and the results of every single trade and the statistics for it. So again, I think it's important to back up, my claim for my results. So, I don't show Lamborghinis and private jets and yachts and all that kind of stuff on my website and claim that anybody's going to, get super rich super fast, because that's not realistic. It's not true. If you see those kind of claims, you should run as quick as you can, right? What we are talking about here is some solid, consistent gains, and over time, these gains become pretty impressive. If you were to start, if you would have started my service with $100,000 back in 2013, right, the compound growth would have you with about $434,000. So not too bad, right? And that's nearly double, more than double what the S&P 500 would have done over the time. All right. So that's the profit we're talking about here with my trading method that I teach. So let's talk about maybe some troubles that traders have and see if you've had a similar situation. And for every one of these, kind of pitfalls in trading, I can guarantee you that I experienced that, right? The method that I've developed over the years was born of making many, many mistakes myself. But so start with the first question here for you. Have you ever taken a trade and then, as you get into it, whether it's going up or down, you go, I'm really not sure why, right? Or even if you knew when you're taking it that your reasons maybe were a little bit nebulous, but you just couldn't articulate, a quantifiable reason why you took a trade other than, well, I like Apple, right? They make good phones or something. Have you ever been in that situation? And you can type into the chat box, and there's also a raise your hand button that makes it easy. You can just click on that and maybe raise your hand. So Nancy says yes, absolutely, right? So that's not a rare thing for traders, newer traders, even experienced traders who just don't have a system. Well, I'm in a trade. I don't know why. Right? Have you ever thought a trade really looked good, but then you're afraid to put it on, to take the trade, put your money on it. And then, of course, if you're too afraid to take the trade and you don't, what happens? Of course, it goes the way you thought it was going to go, right? Right? Does that ever happen to you? That looks great. I should go long. I should go short. You didn't do it, right? And of course, it did what you thought it was going to do then, right? You ever been in a trade and been paralyzed, and I just don't know what to do? I write about that in. I wrote a chapter in Bennett McDowell's latest book. It's called Elliott Wave Technique Simplified, and I write about that. I had actually stepped back from the market for a few years. I got so frustrated back in 2004, 5. I just pulled back, right, for a couple of years. Then we had, luckily, it was just luck. The financial crash happened, and I was sitting on the sidelines in cash, and I didn't lose anything in that, but I hadn't made anything either. But after the financial crash, 2007, I just couldn't stay out, right? And so I got into a trade in Bank of America, and I got in at $5, and it went to 12, in a matter of months, and I didn't know what to do. It was, being in a winning trade was completely stressful, because should I go ahead and take my profit, or is there more that I would miss out on? Or if I stay in it, am I going to give it all back, right? All those questions. I had no plan. I didn't have a technique for managing trades. So I was paralyzed. I didn't know what to do. And that's very stressful. Ever been in that situation? I'll bet some of you have experienced that, right? You ever gotten out of a trade early? You get into a trade, maybe for good reasons, and then you go ahead and you get a little profit maybe, and you jump out, and then it takes off, right? And does what you thought it was going to do in the beginning. And Ron says, oh yeah, right? And then there's some regret. I missed it, right? I made $500, but I should have made 5,000. Yeah, and again, every one of these questions are born out of experience for me. You ever stayed in a trade too long and taken a really big loss? I've done that. Yes, I've done that, right? And there's a spiral, a downward spiral. If you're in a trade and you don't have risk control, you don't have a solid method for managing that. You get in a trade, it goes against you a little bit, and then you go, well, it'll come back. It'll come back. It goes down some more, and you go, well, I hope it comes back. And then it goes down some more. And pretty soon you get to a point where I can't close that trade. I can't book that loss. That is too big, right? Now I'm stuck. Ever been there? That's an awful feeling. Just an awful feeling, right? So we avoid all these things, right? You're not alone. Many traders make these mistakes all the time. So how would you like to be able to look at a chart and know in a few seconds whether there's a good setup or not? Just black and white, yes or no, or at least whether the chart is worth analyzing, and then there's some objective black and white criteria to apply to see whether it's a good trade. How would you like to have complete confidence in every trade that you take? Knowing not that every trade's going to win, because that's not possible, right? But knowing that your trading system will generate consistent profits over time, have complete confidence every trade you take. To know exactly, have a set of objective black and white rules to manage a trade once you're in it. So there's no emotion, there's really no decision making. It's criteria based. As the trade plays out, you do A, B, and C, right? That takes the stress out of trading. How would you like to know when to stay in a trade and when to get out? Again, objective black and white criteria. How would you like to know how to keep your losing trades small, winners big? It's possible. And how would you like to know how not to care if one of your trade fails? Because they will, right? And you can either let that eat away at you, or you can take it in stride because you have a trading system that produces consistent results, and having some losers, you're just part of that, and it's normal and it's okay because the losses are small. How would you like to know that you're going to generate profits over time? Just know it. Kind of like a casino knows that, they have an edge, they have probability on their side, and they have some methods so that, you got a couple hundred people out on the gaming floor, playing roulette and craps and cards, and they know there'll be some people who win out there, and that's actually good. It keeps people playing, and there's people yahooing and high-fiving and all that, but they know that's fine. We're glad to have some gamblers out there winning a little bit. keeps everybody playing. But we know at the end of the night, the guys upstairs watching the cameras with the green eye shades, they're not gambling, right? They're in business, and they're in a business with a statistical edge, and they know there's a mathematical certainty that they're going to make profit over several hundred bets. How'd you like to be, the people upstairs with the green eye shades rather than the people on the floor gambling, right? And that is totally possible. I love to show this model that I've created. I'm going to go ahead and launch it here in Excel. Trade. So I loaded my trade results in here over the last several years into this Excel model. I've just developed this over the last couple of days, and I love playing with it. It's pretty fun. So the assumptions here is, you just have any account size, but a $50,000 account, 2% risk, meaning no more than 2% of any trade is going to be lost, right? No more than 2% of the account is going to be lost on any given trade. That if the trade does lose, it's going to lose a random amount between 100 and 1,000, right? 1,000 is the max we're going to lose, and that's realistic because once we get in the trade, we don't know how each trade is going to end up, right? It's uncertain. There's probabilities, but within a probability, there's a normal distribution, right? So if we lose, it's going to be between 100 and 1,000, but absolutely capped at 1,000. And if every trade has a 60% chance of winning, that's my long-term win rate. And the wins are bigger by design, right? We control that by only taking trades that have the potential to be bigger than winners than they would lose if they lose, right? And so this is actual real data, right? This is the range of winners in my actual trading, and this is the range of winners in my actual trading. And so what we can do is take a sample here in this model of 50 trades, and I use Excel's random number generator function to drive this table. And so 60% chance, so if the random number between 0 and 1 is 0.4 or less, it's a loser. If it is 0.41 or greater, is a winner, right? And that actually, I ran a 300 test to make sure that works, and it is the median here is at 61, and we got a standard deviation of win-loss ratios. So what I do is if it's I just run there, every time I press F9, it does a 50 trade sample, right? It says 60% chance of winning. I talked about the parameters for win-loss, gives you the P&L for 50 trades. And what we can see on this chart, there's a weighted distribution of losers and a weighted distribution of winners, given again this range, right? And what we do is we press this model and it takes a 50 trade sample, and there on that trade, right, we have a 60% chance of winning, but within a narrower range of say 50 trades, right, there's going to be some variation, normal variation, like I showed, right? The win rate's actually going to go from an extreme low of 40 to an extreme high of 80, right? That's about 2 sigma out, right? Most 68% of the data is going to be between about 55 to 67% win rate, right? So we just keep, every time I cycle the page, it generates a new set of 50 trades. And here we've got a 56% win rate, a payout ratio, meaning the average winner to the average loser is 3.18. So on a $50,000 account, we take 50 trades, the P&L is $25,000. And you can see that on the chart. The reason it's profitable is because the accumulated losses over here are less than the accumulated wins. The wins outweigh the losers every single time. And I can cycle this. Let's do it 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 samples. That was 500 trades, right? It never lost. The amount it won varied, and that's normal. It never lost. Why did it never lose? Because we got a win ratio of 60%, and we have a payout ratio that's always going to be higher than 1-to-1 by design. So that's what I teach, how to do that in your trading, how to actually live out this model. Okay, and I like to show this. I presented this last night. If we don't hold to those statistics, say we get out of trades too soon, or we don't design trades that are going to win big, guess what happens? The wins go way down, and occasionally we go negative. You can see that number, the P&L turning negative, right? We'll still win once in a while, but sometimes we're going to have big losses, right? We can control that. We can absolutely control that by trade design. And I teach you how to do that. So that's a fun model, and I wanted to show that. So how would you like to know that you'll generate profits over time? You can. Not every trade's going to win, not every period of time, but over a large, in that case, 50 trades, you're going to be profitable, right, by design, because you're the house, right? You have a statistical, mathematical certainty working on your side. Okay. And these are the characteristics, right, of a master trader, and that's what we're teaching, how to do all these things. Look at a chart, know in a few seconds if there's a good setup, have confidence in your trading, know exactly how to manage a trade, stay in a trade, know when to get out, keep your losers small, winners big, not to be taken out or upset if you lose a trade because it's normal, right, and to know you're going to generate profits. That's what we teach, right? I like this, trading should not be stressful. It should actually be fun, right? And it should be fun whether an individual trade wins or loses. It doesn't really matter. The ultimate satisfaction for a master trader comes from following the program, which we know will generate a mathematical certain outcome, like I showed with that model. So we're just calm, we have fun, we don't get too emotional about it, right? Because we're not gambling. Trading should not be stressful. It can even be enjoyable. I think it is. Trading's fun, right? That's what I'm teaching in the Master Trader Small Group Training Program. You can apply these concepts to stocks, to options, to Forex, to futures. A lot of my examples are going to be on stock charts because there's so many to choose from. I can always go find a good trade, right? With 6,000, 7,000 stock symbols out there. And there's only a handful of futures, there's a handful of Forex pairs. So the examples are harder to find, but the concepts absolutely apply. All right, I teach instant chart pattern recognition, how to look at a chart and go, is that even worth looking at, or is it garbage? Is it a mess? I give you the exact trade setups. Now, a lot of people use mine as a starting point, and then they add their own fingerprints to it. That's fine. All you gotta do is test that it works. All right, black and white trade management rules, so there's no ambiguity, no stress in a trade. You just execute. Risk management techniques to keep your losses small to a pain-free level, and how to have a stress-free, relaxed trading with confidence, how to be profitable. That's the end goal, right? Trading is a fun, rewarding activity, but the end goal here is profitability. Again, there's my results year on year and how those compound out over time. Here's an outline of the course. This is what we do to achieve those goals. First 3 modules. So this is a 6-module program, 6 weeks in duration. It's actually 7 because we take a break in the middle, right? But 6 weeks of teaching. So we build a theoretical basis for our trading. We start with Dow theory, trend analysis, trend change, confirmation, some simple free indicators that we can use in analysis. And that's a good point, good place to make the point that in this program there is no software to buy, no indicators to buy, and you don't need to be on a certain platform. Any legitimate trading charting platform, Thinkorswim, TradeStation, Ninja, you name it, as long as it is a legitimate charting platform with standard indicators available, you can use it in this program. You don't have to buy an indicator. You don't have to be on a certain platform. There's no software. There's no additional fee in the course. There's no hidden deals. I think that's kind of slimy when people do that. Right, so we teach the theory, Dow theory, trend analysis, and trend change confirmation, and some free basic indicators to use to help in that analysis. We teach you a very simple approach to Elliott Wave, a simple, repeatable approach to Elliott Wave. It is not complicated. There's only 3 trade setups that we're looking for. We talk about impulsive versus corrective waves. Right? And there's actually a great book, if you want to read up on that. It's called Elliott Wave Techniques Simplified by Bennett McDowell from Trader's Coach. I was honored to write a chapter in the book for him. Again, it's on Amazon. It's a really good thing to have on the bookshelf. But we teach that theory, and we demonstrate it over dozens of charts through the training. Teach risk management, the theory behind it, what's called risk of ruin, the statistics behind risk management, the math behind trade sizing, how to scale into a trade, how to add to a position without increasing risk. There's some really cool math to make that happen. Then we bring all that theory together into Module 4 into the exact trading rules, the trade setups, entry criteria, how to manage a trade, how to exit a trade. Then Module 5, we talk about a trading business plan, about how to track your results. We touch on some psychology in trading, how to deal with losers. And then in Module 6, the final section, we scan for trades. We teach you how to scan the markets, how to take those 6,000, 7,000 stock symbols, get it down to a manageable list, and then instantly be able to pick our winners out of that list. How to do some sector analysis. And we also cover option contract selection in that final module. Okay, the classes are held over a 7-week period. We have 6 sessions with a break. So they're held twice a day because people have different schedules, different geographies or work schedules or whatever. So we hold the AM session, 9 a.m. Pacific time, that's noon Eastern. That's the same time slot we're doing right now. And then 6 p.m. Pacific, which is 9 p.m. Eastern, right? And you're welcome as a student in the course. You can attend either or both, right? If you attend the morning session, you go, wow, that was awesome, but I just want to get that reinforced. Jump into the evening session, that's fine. The schedule it's going to start next week on the 25th, Thursday. The classes are always on Thursday. We do limit it to 10 students so that I can give you, full attention and answer your questions and just keep it to a manageable size. So down here on this page is the schedule. So class 1, the 25th, the 1st, the 8th, 15th. We'll have a break week on the 22nd, and then we'll wrap it up on the 1st and the 8th. Last class will be March 8th. All the sessions are recorded. If you can't make a session, you can go back and watch the recordings, and you have lifetime access to it. And you can go back, if you like, and watch recordings of previous classes. They're all there. They're all archived and available for you as part of getting into the course. And alumni, if you go through the course and you would like to sit in on a future session, alumni are always invited to come back and audit the course to sit in. And we have several who do that, to come for refreshers or to ask questions or whatever, and you're absolutely welcome to do that. So, lifetime access, you have access to the archive of all previous training, and you can sit in on future training. I want you to be successful. I want to do everything I can, provide all the resources I can for you to be successful with the material. So that's the schedule and a little bit about it. There's some bonuses, right? So the core of the course is the Master Trader training materials, right? But in addition to the Master Trader training materials, what we also offer is my Ichimoku Cloud training module. I use that on my chart analysis. So that course is listed on my website, list price for $249. You get 90 days of my stock and option pick service, which, the list price is $127 a month. So you get a $381 and 90 days worth of that for the picks that I'm finding and trading. And the real value, if you're not a member of that already, is you get to see all the concepts that I'm teaching in the course. You get to see them applied live to real trading, right? You get my complete stock option basics training course, which includes training on picking the best option contracts. That thing lists for $500, right? So those are all included in this Master Trader small group bundle, right? So you get the Master Trader materials, which list for $500. You get the Ichimoku Cloud. You get the 90 days of stock and option picks. You get the option training, right? And you get live training in 6 small group sessions. The total value of everything there is, $3,400, and I'm selling this as a complete package for just $11.97. There's a payment plan available, and there is a money back guarantee. So you can do it in 2 payments, half now, half in 30 days, and again, money back guarantee. The way the money back guarantee works is you go ahead and pay for the course, or you can pay for half up front. You get access to week 1 module 1 materials, and you get to come check it out, attend the first session, go through the training materials, and then decide if you want to proceed. And if you do, you just acknowledge, hey, I want to go on to module 2 through 6 and the rest of the training, and then there's no more refund available. But you get to try it and evaluate it. And if you sign up, the minute you sign up, you get access to the module 1 materials, and then you can decide if you want to proceed. So money back guarantee, it's a big commitment. So, I just want to make sure that it's a good fit and, nobody has regrets about it. Special bonus, 188. Wow. I really just like to get the course filled and move on. So I have a special bonus. If you sign up by midnight tonight, then you'll get, in addition to the 90 days of the stock and option picks, you will get 90 days in my live trading room. And if you already have the picks, or if you're already in the trading room, we just put your payment on hold for 90 days, right? If you're an annual subscriber, we just add 90 days to the end of your subscription, right? So that's an extra $237 value. 90 days in the trading room, again, get to reinforce what's being taught in the course real time in the live markets. So again, what I'm teaching is instant chart pattern recognition, exact trade setups, black and white trade management rules, risk management, get you to where you're stress-free, relaxed, trading with confidence, how to be profitable, right? Seats are limited. I cap it off at 10. We already got people signing up. It's filling up. So if you think this is the right thing for you, you probably want to go ahead and jump in and claim your spot. Here's the website, and I will go ahead and post the link here in the chat area. So you should be able to see the link and go to the page there and check it out. So now, I would love to answer any questions that you have. And while you're thinking about it, while you're typing it in, let me show you a couple trades that I like right now. How's that? Any experienced trading options or short trades required? Now you'll learn everything you need, Nancy. You'll learn everything you need. Look at AMD. I like a long on AMD right now. And this is a chart that you would be able to recognize coming out of the training in about 1 to 2 seconds. What we've got is a big impulsive move here, a perfect correction, and now all kinds of evidence that this thing is heading back up again. It's this original trend resuming. It's a resumption of the original trend, and it's meeting all the rules that I teach you perfectly. It's got a target up here at 1779 to 2274, somewhere in this range is where the high probability that AMD is going. So that's a trade you might be interested in. Again, you know, it's how I trade. You know, I don't give financial advice. I share what I do, right? But I love that long on AMD. I'm going to be taking it myself tomorrow if it sustains this. All right, other questions that I can answer for you? I don't want to just drag it on if you got what you needed, but I'm here and I'm available. And the whole focus of this presentation is on the master trading, giving you information so you can make a decision about whether it'd be a good fit for you or not. Of course it would. Everybody on the call should just go sign up right now. What trading platforms do I recommend? You know, I'm using TradeStation. I like it a lot. I'm very familiar with it. The other one that seems to be really, really capable currently is Thinkorswim. I think those are probably the top two. There's a newer platform called Tastyworks, Tasty Trade, that seems interesting. I haven't evaluated it, but some folks are using it and really like it. It's from the same guy that developed Thinkorswim before he sold it to TD Ameritrade. Ron is asking, the trades in the live trading room different than the other service? There's some overlap, but there is some difference. Yeah, trading room is really for active traders, and I come up with more trading ideas than I or anybody else could possibly take. So it's a bigger universe of ideas. The stock picks are the trades that I actually take with my own money and publish to subscribers. All right. Again, I'll post the link to the website where you go to check it out, sign up. And again, that getting the 90 days in the live trading room, that's if you sign up by midnight tonight. Again, I like to just get the class filled up, know who the students are, and have them start getting ready. So I'm going to be doing this session again tonight, and then that offer for, that's not even on the page here, right? But if you're here, you know, you get 90 days in the trading room in addition to everything listed on the website here. And again, there is a 2 payment option. When you go to the actual order form, you can choose a single payment or 2 payments, right? Half now, half in 30 days. And again, you do not need to buy any indicators or software, and it doesn't matter what platform you're on. That's your choice. on the website here, there's some testimonials from a couple other students that went through it. Pretty good if you want to listen to those. And I'll send an email out again with a link to this and you know, the terms and all that kind of stuff. But I think that's it. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up unless there's other questions. I'll stay here, answer questions for as long as you have them. But if there are no questions, we'll shut it down. This is recorded, and it'll be available to everybody who registered. All right, looks like the questions have slowed down. So going once, going twice. Hey, well, thanks for showing up. I will send a copy of the recording. I will send the link out in an email to everybody who registered. But again, thanks for your time and your interest. If you run into any questions, right, before you're just thinking about this, go, yeah, I don't know, there's something on my mind, you just drop me an email. It's dean@followmetrades.com. I'll get it. And if you forget that, you can always go to the website. In the footer on every page is a support email. Those come to me. So shoot me a mail if you got a question. And if it would be helpful to jump on the phone, we'll do it. We'll do that. You know, it's a big commitment, and I want to make sure it's a good fit. Hey, thanks, Nancy. Nice. Ron, yes. In fact, we can talk as soon as we hang up here. My calendar's open, Ron, if you would like to just jump on the phone. If you want to PM me your phone number, I'll call you when we hang up. And the same thing for anybody else. If you would like to talk, can we talk? Absolutely. Here we go. All right, Ron, yeah, I'll give you a call as soon as we hang up here. Anybody else would like a quick chat on the phone? And, you know, hopefully it's coming across here. It's not a, I'm not a high pressure sales guy. I'm a trader and a teacher. Right? I'd be happy to have you be part of the class. But if it's not a good fit, right, I don't want that. You know, so there's no pressure. But if you just have questions you want to talk, I'm not going to pressure you. I'll just answer your questions. All right. Well, what I'll do here, I'm going to go ahead and shut the camera and the microphone off. I'm going to do a little housekeeping. If you think of a question, I'll leave it open for 5 or 10 minutes, and then I'll go ahead and check in with you and shut it down. All right. And then after that, Ron, when we end the session here, I'll go ahead and give you a call. All right. Yeah, just sit there and think for a minute if you want. And if again, if you got a question, type it in, and I'll jump back on and respond.